everyone, my name's Kia and welcome to a new episode of Kia on Cars. As you know, this is a channel where we review all things cars. If you're looking to get your first car or just interested in cars, and this is a channel to visit. Today we are in no other than Car Giant, and the name is as it sounds, they are a giant. There are so many cars in this lot that is the best place to do these reviews at. Today we're going to be focusing on the Fiat 500. The first Fiat 500 was launched in 1957 and was known as Cinquecento. 500 in Italian. The 500 became very popular and almost 4 million were produced between 1958 and 1975. The Fiat 500 as we know it today saw its regeneration in 2007 and became an instant hit, winning European Vehicle of the Year in 2008. Since then, Fiat have gone on to release various versions of the 500, such as the 500C, 500L and 500X. Well, enough talking, let's see the 500. This car is the petrol Fiat 500 1.2 litre lounge edition. The top speed of this car is 101 miles per hour and it is able to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 12.5 seconds. This car is a front wheel drive, has 3 doors with 4 seats. Brand new, this Fiat 500 could do around 423 miles per tank and has a fuel capacity of 35 litres. It's important to remember that this fuel economy is to be used as a gauge, as the actual fuel usage can vary due to a number of different factors such as temperature, the weight of the car and speed. The safety rating of this car from its test in 2020 is 3 stars. Right, so now we are inside the car. First impressions of this car. You can tell it's an adaptation of an older car. That's what I would say, because we'll talk about it a bit more in a minute, but you can just look at some of the designs. It's definitely an upgrade and a slight redesign of an older car. But I guess if you were someone, if your parents were of that generation, or you're just someone who's into that style, then it is nice. I'm just someone who's into modern cars. So let's turn on the car and see what we've got here. Let's have a look. Oh wow. Okay, that was quite an abrupt start. Okay, this little mini screen. What's gonna come up on here? The touchscreen? Oh, it's touchscreen. Okay, and it goes straight to the radio. Okay, not too bad. Let's have a look. So down here we've got different buttons. We've got radio, media, trip, phone and app. So let's go through them one at a time. So we're on radio right now. We click on media so you can connect your device to it, your phone. Trip shows you the range for your car. So it shows you your fuel consumption and you can actually register your trips to see how many miles you've done for each trip you've done. Go to phone. Again, we haven't got a phone in there, but you can pair it either by Bluetooth or plug in, which is good to know. And then app. Okay, I think it's an app you can get on your phone. You can connect your phone through Uconnect Live to this car. Okay, and it shows the outside temperature and the clock. Not too bad. Not as high tech as we've seen in some of the other cars we reviewed so far in this channel. It's okay, but given that this is, what is it? This is a 2018 plate. Would have expected Android Auto. I'm gonna give it a go. I've got a cable in a sec. I'm try it on with my phone and see if it's got Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, but I suspect it doesn't. Not the end of the world, but again, just for the age of the car and how new it is, I expected a bit more in terms of the tech for it, but not terrible. Now looking in front of me, the speedometer. So the speedometer, this is where I say we've got the old design. So if you're someone into that nostalgia or you just like that kind of thing, then you can see the dial. It's unique, it's different. I haven't seen it before in another car, it's different. The gauge in front of me, I can see the mileage, I can see the time, I can see the temperature and the date. But the actual speedometer, not what I expected, but not bad. If we now look around, remember AC is crucial. Let's have a go of the AC. Is AC gonna work? Okay, yeah, let's come on. Okay, check. AC is working. This is for the petrol. Oh, no, this is, oh, I lied. This, what is this? Oh, that's for, okay, that's for the windows. And you actually have the gearbox is higher up. Usually you used to nearer down to your thigh, basically where the handbrake is where you usually be used to having the gearbox. So in this car, the reverse is we lift up under here, pull to the right and bring it down. Oh, yeah, doesn't want to do it, but that's how you do it in this car, just so we can have a look. One that we haven't seen, a feature we haven't seen yet in any of these cars that I've reviewed so far is a sunroof. And this car has a sunroof. So if I just push this here, then we have a sunroof. We've got some more light that's coming in. I think we've seen the difference just me opening it. I've also just seen back here that we've got 2 more cup holders, which again will be presumably for the people in the back. So you've got 2 back here and 2 at the front. So you've got 4 in total in terms of cup holders. The steering wheel, you guys know I'm a big fan of the steering wheel. Very basic, probably the most basic I've seen so far. So we've got the mute, the volume up, volume down, the voice command, and then up and down, I'm assuming to scroll through things. And then the answer call and end call. So a bit basic. It's a good first car, but I do think there's first cars out there with more features to it. This car has my favorite feature, but not for the driver. So you know my handrest, my favorite feature in every car. But it's got it for the passenger to my left, the front passenger, but not for the back. It's also got cruise control, but it's not the cruise control that we've seen so far on cars, where you know you press the button and you set it and it's done. It's actually manual cruise control, so we can turn. Let me see if we can turn it on now. So I've got speed limiter and cruise control. I just switch. There's a button. There's like a lever underneath, under the steering wheel, where I just twist it so it stays normal. If I twist it, what would you say? If I pull it down, twist it down, I'm on cruise control and that's ready and set. If I go back to the middle and pull it up, then I'm on speed limiter. And then the end knob you can use to go up and down to be able to set the speed that you want to be at for either cruise control or speed limiter. So at least it's got it on there. I can't hate on it. It's there. It's a bit more manual than I'd expect for the age of the car, but it's on there. Also important to mention that this car is also a 3-door, and I don't understand how it's a 3-door. It's so small that I don't know how much space is going to be in the back. I will get in the back and we'll have a look and see how big the back is. I've learned from my mistakes with the Corsa. I know how to pull it forward, so I'm gonna do this there. Now let's get in the back. This is a bit tight. There we go. And we're back in place. So, I mean, given the size of the car, it's not as tight as I thought it would be back here, but it's also not super roomy. It is a 4-seater. I couldn't imagine a car this size having 5. I don't think it could physically fit it. But it's a 4-seater, so there's my seat here. And then this seat, there's no seat in the middle. There is actually nothing in the middle. So just those 2 seats. For the size of it, it's okay. It's very small. And obviously maneuvering, you just saw how hard it was for me to bring that seat forward because it is quite a small car. I'm very interested to see the size of the boot. This is like the top bit of the boot. There's nothing there. There's no room. I need to see this boot. Let's go and see this boot. So to open up the boot of this car, we just put our hands under here, where the 500 number is. Press it, and we lift it up. The boot isn't super huge, not massive, but it's a pretty decent size given the size of the car, if I'm honest. You could fit, I think, a big suitcase at a push, but we can push these seats down to make more room. Yeah, probably 2 small suitcases, maybe 1 big one, depending on how big you're going, just about at a push, pushing this up. Now the all-important section, let's talk money. How much is this car gonna set you back? So this car is a 2017 1.2 litre Fiat 500 petrol, and this particular model is done 27,000 miles and will set you back just under £9,000. The road tax for this car on the slightly higher end, £145 per year. So if you're a new driver, maybe a bit pricey, and the insurance group for this car is 8U. So still altogether a bit pricey considering the size of the car, in my opinion. A bit on a pricier end, but if you're someone who likes the Fiat 500, who likes the style of the car, maybe this is a great one for you. Well, there you have it, the Fiat 500. What did you think? Do you like the car? Would you get it yourself? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to like, comment and subscribe to this channel so you never miss a video. Until next time, but stay there and see what's coming up next.